warrior, with his horse that's frightened of nothing, and his powerful sword. He rides through the mountains, and he's on a mission. He's heading off in search of one thing. He has been trained by his evil uncle, Regin, for just one job, to find Fafnir the dragon. And there ahead of him is the cave. He gets off his horse, takes out his sword, and he walks towards the cave. He steps in. There is a long passageway ahead of him, and at the top of it is a huge cave. And in that cave is a mountain of gold and silver and jewels, and sat upon it is Fafnir. He has golden scales and great wings and huge claws, and he's got fiery breath and massive teeth. Ah! Fafnir is not a dragon. Fafnir was a man. He was Regin's brother. And the two of them had lived together with their father and their family. And their father had found the gold. He had gold, and in among the gold was a cursed ring of death. And the curse had affected the whole family, and Regin and Fafnir had crept up behind him with daggers and killed their own father and got all the gold. They were going to share the gold. But in the night, Fafnir got all the gold for himself. And he got the ring, he got the gold, and he crept away to keep it all for himself. He went off into the mountains. He found this cave. He went up the long tunnel. There was a huge cave. He sat upon the gold. People better not come near me. I'll kill anybody who comes here. This is my gold. Nobody's gonna get it. I don't want anybody near me. The more he thought like that, the more he changed. His chest puffed out with golden scales. His arms stretched out into wings, his fingers into claws. He grew huge teeth and fiery, poison breath. Ah! Now he was a dragon. And so it was that he sat there upon that pile of treasures, and Sigurd crept up the tunnel. How can I fight such a beast as this, he thought. He shook with fear at the thought of it. Up at the top of the great big tree, the big boss god of all the Viking gods, he who sometimes has an echo, Odin. Oops, I've said his name wrong. Odin! Odin! He looked down, he'd been watching Sigurd, and he liked the look of him. He thought, I want to help him. I've seen him riding through the mountains. I saw him go into the cave. I will send my 2 ravens, 2 big black birds called Hugging and Munning, Thought and Memory. I will send them down to him to help him. And they flew down into the cave, and they landed on his shoulders. Dig a hole. Oh, a talking bird. Just do as I say. Dig a hole. What shall I use? Use your sword. He dug a hole in the tunnel. Climb in. He climbed down into the hole. The ring was upon the dragon's claw. It was, as well as a cursed ring of death, it was a gold-finding ring. And every now and then it would pulse, and it would tell the dragon there were people out there travelling through the mountains who had gold. He would rise up his wings, and he would fly down through the tunnel, up over the mountains, find those travellers, and swoop down and eat them all and get their gold. So he got more and more and more gold. And so it was, Sigurd hid there. There must have been some travellers out there in the world, and the ring pulsed, and the dragon knew, and it woke up, it rose up its wings, it flew down off the mountain of gold, and it flew along the long tunnel. It flew over where Sigurd was hiding, and Sigurd reached up with his sword and stabbed it right in the belly. It went to bite off his head. He pulled the sword out of his belly, and he sliced right through its neck. Do you want the romantic ending or the sad one?
Sad one.
He put away his sword. He filled his saddlebags with gold. He put them on the horse, and then he made a big mistake. He went back in and he looked at the dragon, and he saw the gold ring upon its claw. He took the ring and he placed it upon his own finger. He got on his horse and he rode away thinking, I will go and seek my fortune. Oh wait, I have a fortune. I just need somewhere wonderful to live. And he rode off through the mountains. He got to the tops of the very mountains, and across the valley there was a tall mountain. Upon the mountain was a tall tower, surrounded by jagged rocks, and from the rocks grew huge flames. He leapt his horse, which was frightened of nothing, and the horse flew through the air, through the flames, in through the window, and landed in the tower. He got off his horse, and there, laid on a stone slab bed, was Brynhild, cursed to sleep a loveless sleep forever. He took one look at her, and he fell in love. He touched his hands to her shoulders. The love travelled through from him to her. It was enough to wake her. She opened her eyes, she looked at him. They fell in love together. There we could have finished, but oh no, you insisted on more. There he made his terrible mistake. He got down on one knee. He took the ring from his own finger and he placed it upon her finger. That is not the end of the story. That is just the beginning of a very, very long story where everybody dies. Thank you.